And what is up, guys? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show Home Edition. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, here on Thanksgiving Eve from my living room. Just want to say I'm very thankful for all you guys that have stayed with Inland Sports. You watch us each and every week. And a big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez at Teen Vision TV 16. Johnny is the best. I wanted to make sure that he was home with his family tonight. I was home with my family tonight. Told them, listen, I got to take a quick break, at least for about 30 minutes, and do an Inland Sports Show. It is championship week for high school football. I cannot just go invisible and disappear this week because we got San Jacinto playing for the Division 6 championship show. A shout out to my wife and kids for letting me hop on here and do a quick show from home because we do have an interview coming up with San Jack. We got head coach Aric Galliano. We got Dillon Gresham, big stud wide receiver, and Dereun Dortch, the quarterback for the Tigers. So we're going to really drill deep, is what I'm trying to say, drill deep on that D6 championship game. So we're going to talk the D6 finals, San Jacinto against Orange. We're going to talk about the Austin Gorell baseball championship game that took place last night at San Manuel Stadium, the home of the Inland Empire 66ers. In fact, I got my Austin Gorell gear on right now, and what a great tournament to honor the memory of Austin Gorell, the former JW North high school baseball star, and it was a great game last night. Not a lot of runs, in fact, no runs, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment. We'll talk about the Gorell Classic and RCC in the football playoffs coming up this Saturday. So we'll talk more about the Tigers as well. So lots of Tigers, RCC Tigers, and San Jack. And that's where we start. San Jacinto again. We are going to dive deep, drill deep on this D6 final. San Jacinto taking on Orange, and that is our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week. In fact, in the Inland Sports Show coverage area, it's our only local team playing for a championship. It's kind of weird. Every year we usually have, I'd say, between 4 and 6 teams on average from our coverage area playing for championships. But this year just one. So San Jack carrying that Inland Sports flag for everybody as they play in the D6 finals and trying to win the school's first ever football championship. That school has been open for like 100 years. They've never won a football title, so this will be their 4th trip to the championship game, so hopefully they can get the job done. That is Friday on the road at the Orange Panthers, and it's going to be a good one. San Jacinto finding ways to win. This is a high-scoring team, but even when you get in a low-scoring battle like they did against Calabasas this past week, they found a way to win and score points when it mattered the most. So that's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, the Jack on the road at Orange. Now, how did they get there? Well, I'm glad you asked. That leads us right into our boost play of the week. And it goes back to that San Jacinto game, taking on Calabasas in the D6 semifinals. Dereun Dortch, the all-world quarterback for San Jack. The pass play sets him up at the goal line right there on the doorstep. The touchdown run by Malachi, and then Dortch is going to run in the 2-point conversion, and that's it. 15-14, get in victory formation. The Tigers are moving on. That 1-point win against Calabasas as they score in the final seconds of that game to get the win. Congratulations to San Jacinto to reach the championship game once more. All right, we got the interview with Coach Galliano. We got Dereun Dortch. We got Dillon Gresham in a moment. But first, let's see. Let me punch up this graphic real quick because here is the tail of the tape for San Jacinto in terms of their history playing for CIF championships. Let's go back, to 2006. They played Big Bear in the East Valley Division. That game was out there at the Jack. They were home that game, and Big Bear doubled them up. 42-21 was the final there. East Valley Division 2006. 2007, the Tigers back in the East Valley Finals, coming up short on the road at what would be Mountain Pass League rival Citrus Hill, 28-6 the final in that one. And that was with the legendary head coach Bill Powell, who is a dear friend of the Inland Sports Show. What up, Coach Powell? Hopefully you're watching tonight. And then most recently in 2018, Aric Galliano leading San Jack to the finals again against Culver City. And that game was also in San Jacinto, and Culver City won that one. Actually, it's supposed to say 61-21, but Culver City won that game nonetheless. That was Division 7. Now 2022, fast forward a couple of years later, they're bumped up to Division 6, and now San Jack will go on the road to take on Orange for the championship. So that is the tail of the tape. That is the Tigers championship history. They have never won. And again, this school is very, very old, one of the oldest in all of Riverside County, but still seeking that first football title, and it could come this Friday as they take on the Orange Panthers. Hopefully it does. If you're a San Jac or an IE football fan, we're all pulling for the Tigers this week. All right, without further ado, let's get to our interview with Aric Galliano, the head coach, Dillon Gresham, big-time receiver, and quarterback Dereun Dortch. Again, this is a crazy week for these guys. Thanksgiving, family time, big meals, but preparing for a championship game. But I appreciate all three of them making time for the Inland Sports Show. They checked in with us on yesterday, on Tuesday, to talk more about this championship matchup. Here are the San Jacinto Tigers on the Inland Sports Show. Now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. These guys are headed to the CIF Southern Section Division 6 championship game on Friday. It's the San Jacinto Tigers football team. Coach Galliano, got Dereun Dortch, Dillon Gresham as well joining us here from San Jacinto High School. And guys, first off, congrats on reaching the finals. And Coach, let me start with you before I get to your guys. You know, San Jacinto, we talked about this on Friday night. San Jacinto's been open for a long, long time. It's a very old school, but they've never won a football championship. What do you think it would mean to the school, to the community, for the players and teams that came before you guys to maybe bring the first championship to San Jac?
I think it'd be huge. You know, it's a very tight-knit community, hard-working community. Coach Powell took them to two before I was the head coach. This is our second one, or my second one here. So we've been there 4 times and come up short. 3 times, come up short, and so we're hoping. This is the year for us. Everybody's ecstatic. It's cool walking around town, going shopping for Thanksgiving, and wearing my Tiger stuff, and people coming up and saying how proud they are of us, and it's huge for the community.
Coach, what was that experience like at the Rose Bowl, that CIF championship luncheon with all the teams going to the finals there?
Awesome. Just seeing all the coaches, seeing them bring players and the media. We're sitting in the back corner. It's we're not a lot of attention because a lot of people don't know where San Jacinto's at, and so it's cool. Eric Paul Johnson from Press Enterprise, give us some love, but we're just sitting back, enjoying and taking it all in. It's good for the kids to see that, be able to go out on the field and walk around, but just being amongst all those coaches. Those are the top programs in the Southern Section. Us being one of the top 28 teams left playing, out of a huge Southern Section, I think is a great accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There's not a lot of teams playing the week of Thanksgiving. That's a lot of teams' goals at the end of the year, to just be playing this week. Coach, let me go to some of your guys. Dillon Gresham right next to you. And Dillon, this offense has been so great this year. Obviously, you got a great quarterback to get you the football, but what do you think has made the offense really click this season?
Just having a lot of guys that execute everywhere on our offense. Just able to stay locked in and just execute it everywhere.
Dillon, you got a guy on the other side, Vince Holmes, who's a stud as well. I mean, your quarterback, Dereun Dortch, has a bunch of weapons out there. But what do you think opposing teams are thinking if they've got to, defend you and they got to defend Vince? I mean, a lot of teams don't even have one great receiver. The Jack has 2 great receivers. What do you think that's like for opposing teams?
It's really hard trying to just stop 2 amazing athletes. Running with me and him all around the field is just really hard.
All right, let's go to your QB1, Dereun Dortch. And Dereun, this season obviously has been a very special year for the Tigers. And as Coach just mentioned, there's never been a team from San Jacinto to bring home a championship. And I saw, Coach, I don't know if it was the first game of the year, the second, when you guys played out in Redlands. I think it was against Rev. And I was like,
Yep.
Man, this group looks really good. Dereun, now that we're at this point, you're 1 win away from getting that championship. How bad do you guys want it? I mean, you're so close right now.
Man, I couldn't even explain how bad everybody wants it. Like, I actually feel it. I can feel it. Everybody just bought in. Everybody's locked in. Like, earlier in the season, I didn't feel like we weren't locked in. Like, now that we're this far, I feel everybody wants it. I feel like we're actually going to take it this week. And that's all.
Dereun, do you feel like the team has gotten better as the season went along? Of course, the season is very long and there's ups and downs, but do you feel like where you guys are at right now, you're a lot better than where you were, let's say, that first game of the year?
I definitely feel like we're better. We got stronger. We got faster. Everybody's getting more mature, and we have team chemistry now, like a lot of chemistry, and it's pretty hard to stop us when we have chemistry like that.
Coach, let me go back to you. I mean, you've had some good teams out there at the Jack, including that 2018 team that went to the finals. But what do you think makes this year's group special or unique or just different?
You hit it on the head with Dillon and Vince on the outside, and them having to do that, and then we got two really good backs, and Malachi Brown and David Myers that can tote the rock, and then you add a guy next to Dillon, to add that third, the fifth guy on offense. So almost half the guys out there, can make plays. We're starting to incorporate tight end a little bit more, and it's causing people some issues. So that's six guys on our offense that you have to worry about at all times with the balls going. We decided to go to this offense 3 years ago. It was a hard transition for us because we're an almost spread team. Trying to air it out. But the type of kids that we're getting here. We decided this was the best change for us, and this year, them being in the system for 2 full seasons, and having that heartache from last year's loss in Beaumont in the first round, just put the chip on the shoulder and made them work harder and understand what we're doing offensively and why we're doing it. The guys that are next to me are unselfish. That's one thing we talk about is, hey, it's Vince getting double. That's Gresham's time to shine against Buco and Oak Park. And then they matched up, Aaron Butler matched up with him, tried to take him out of the game, and they still double Vince, but we're still able to run the football. Dereun last week, rushing for over 100. So we have weapons. We're finding different ways to get those guys the ball, which is huge. In the 2018 team, we only had 2 or 3 guys, including our quarterback. So it was a little bit tougher. But this group's been together. We're a senior-led team. That's the biggest thing is the maturity, and Dereun hit on that. The maturity that we've had is since that halfway point, like we talked about, after that Beaumont loss and us going into league, that halfway point of turning it around and saying, hey, this is what we got to do from now on. The kids have done a great job. It's more of a player-led team, not a coach-led team, and they take control of all the issues or the attention to detail that needs to be taken when we're in film session and doing all those things.
Coach, you talked about having a senior-heavy team, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Dereun's a senior, Dillon's a junior, correct?
Correct.
So Dereun, for you as a senior, I mean, this is part of your legacy. If you guys can finish the job and bring home a championship, you will forever be, the San Jacinto quarterback who led the Tigers to their first ever title. Have you given yourself a chance to just think about the legacy that you guys are setting this season and what it could look like if you guys are able to get the job done?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about that. I was one of the things I was thinking about this week. First, I was thinking about getting in the win first, and I was thinking about the legacy and everything after. And it'll be really good to people will remember what the 2022 San Jacinto Tigers did, and we take it home. Hopefully, we take it to state after this game. But I just want to know. I just want to be remembered as the team that won CIF, the first CIF at San Jacinto High School.
Coach, here's the problem being so good. I mean, it blows up your Thanksgiving plans. It's not like you can leave town or do anything. And now if you guys win CIF, you go to state. I mean, when are you going to put up the Christmas lights? When do you buy presents? Like, you guys are playing basically all the way to the new year.
Yeah, it's I'm trying not to all playoffs, trying not to put the cart before the horse. I mean, we have a job that needs to get done this week. That's the first thing I said in our team meeting yesterday. I was extremely proud of the guys. This is just another football game. They know the importance of it. I'm not trying to make it too big. But they know the importance of it. We've got to prepare like we've been doing, for the last 3 weeks for us to continue to play. We've been underdogs the last 3 weeks, just like this week we're another underdog. So every game going into the playoffs, that we've been picked to lose. And there's no change now, which we embrace that situation, because we are confident in what we do here and that we can play with anybody.
Coach, what did they have you seated as? Was it number 10?
Number 10 seed.
I don't know. I feel like so many top seeds or or the number 1 seed in a lot of these divisions get knocked out anyways. Did you even look at that and use that maybe as a way to rally your guys saying, hey, they don't expect much from us. They think we're like the 10th best team. We shouldn't even win our first round game. Do you use that as motivation for you guys, or you just kind of throw it out the window and be like, we know we're better than this. Don't even look at what they're seeded. Let's just, prepare for them just like another game like you mentioned.
A little bit of both. I'm very upfront and honest with guys. I always had when I played, you had those coaches that would pump guys up and say they're better than they are or not that good. I try to be honest and give them my honest assessment. Sometimes it hurts, but they've done a great job of being so mature, of understanding. Coach is giving us his honest opinion of what he thinks. So we used it a little bit to our advantage. Playing with that chip on our shoulder. We're going out there. We have nothing to lose. We're the underdog. They got everything to lose. We have everything to gain from it. Playing against a good Orange team, who won it back in 2017. Coach Grills is a good football coach. It's going to be a really good football game. Friday night at Fred Kelly.
Well, Coach, Dillon, Dereun, I really appreciate the time, guys. Best of luck on Friday night. And Dereun, you're right. If you guys win on Friday night, there's still hopefully 2 more games still in front of you guys. So that'd be a lot of fun. Lots of long football season. Well, Coach Galliano, listen, man, you always make time for us, and I really do appreciate it. I know it's kind of a hectic week with the holiday and preparing for a championship game, so thank you so much for making time for us. I really do appreciate that.
I appreciate it, Pep. Like I said, like every time, every week you're one of the mainstays in the IE about, high school football and giving us all the publicity. I just want to say thank you to what you guys do down the Inland Sports Show. All the coverage that you give us out here, and I just thank you, and hope everybody has a great holiday.
Yes, sir. That is Coach Galliano, Dillon, Gresham, and Dereun Dortch from San Jacinto High School here on the Inland Sports Show. All right, the San Jacinto Tigers, everybody, one more look at their past championship history. Have never actually won the title, but this is their 4th trip to the finals. I'm looking on the school district's actual website. So the first grammar school in San Jacinto opened in 1888. The first graduating class of 3 students was 1891, and the actual high school first opened in 1910. So they've been at this a long time. I told you it's a very old area, very old school, but they have never won a football championship, and now they are so close. And hopefully they can finish the job this Friday night taking on Orange. We updated the graphic. The 2018 Culver City 61, San Jac 21. That was in D7, now in D6. The Tigers trying to bring it home on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. All right, speaking of Thanksgiving, again, this is an at-home edition of the Inland Sports Show. Casual show tonight. Got my Austin Garrell gear. They had their championship game last night at San Manuel Stadium. We'll talk more about that after the break. And we'll also do a quick preview of the RCC football game. They're in the Southern California semifinals taking on Ventura. So we'll break down that game a little bit more when we come back. And again, I hope everyone's out there. If you're watching the show tonight, I appreciate it. I know everyone's got a lot of plans, family and friends in town, things going on. I know you can't smell it, but my wife's been busy in the kitchen, pecan pie and cornbread and some other things, so we're excited about Thanksgiving as well. And if you hear some dogs barking in the background, because they just were, I've got a Siberian Husky and a German Shepherd, and for some reason they wanted to go nuts right now. So if you do hear them, that's what's going on in the background. And you know what? Maybe during the commercial break, I'll find a picture of my dogs, and I'll show you guys when we come back. But again, we'll be back in the studio at Teen Vision TV 16 next week, and who knows, maybe we will still be talking high school football if San Jac can get a win, advance to the state playoffs. Maybe we'll be talking RCC if they advance to get a little bit closer to that state championship game as well. And of course, next week, I think it's Wednesday, November 30th, CBU and UCR, they're playing in men's basketball, the Crosstown Showdown. So we'll be talking about that game next week on the Inland Sports Show as well. But for right now, quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Austin Garrell championship game last night between Aquinas and Norco, and a quick preview of RCC in the JC State playoffs. As we go into break, check out our latest video with Boost Performance Training, the one and only Ray Bass. You know, we do a lot of training tips with Boost Performance Training, and they all do really well on YouTube, but one video got thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and that was the A-Run drill. So we did we freshened it up. We did a revamped version as Coach Bass dialed it in even more because people wanted to know more about the A-Run drill. So here it is as we go into the commercial break at Boost Performance Training.
What up, y'all? It's Boost Man here. We're back at the Boost Performance Center with my guy, Pep Fernandez, and we got an oldie but goodie for you guys today. We're going back to the A-Run. We're going to show you guys what that's all about. If you guys remember, we did this a couple years ago. I want to touch up on that a little bit, show you guys some progression, show you guys the way we're coaching it today because it's forever evolving. We're always trying to find ways to get better. Come see what it's all about. All right, I'm with my man Noah over here. He's going to demonstrate the A-Run for us. So what he's going to do, he's going to start right here at the line. We're going to jog 3 yards. He's going to hit an A-Run, keep it really short for about 10 yards. Now, the great thing about this drill is that we can take it 20, 40, 60 yards. We can really push the threshold because we're really focusing on turnover. Now, last time I did this drill, one of the things I didn't like about the video that I'm going to correct right now is his posture. So we want to make sure that Noah is projecting his hips forward. That way we have proper force production through those legs and through the feet. So Noah's going to jog 3. He's going to give me a lot of turnover, working at residual, recovery, and transitions phase of sprinting. And he's going to give me an A-Run 10 yards. Here we go. Now, really quick, one more thing. Once he gets to the cone, we want that linear speed to be about 50%, but we want his turnover to be 100. Here we go, Noah, ready? And hit it. And A-Run, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall. Very nice, very nice. Good job, good job. All right, so one of the progressions that we'll do off the A-Run drills, we'll add a little bit of resistance to it. So you can do this with a sled, you can do it with a band, but for the most part, this is gonna be a heavy resisted band here. We're still emphasizing the same mechanics. Noah's gonna project his hips forward. J-Bear's gonna provide some resistance here. He's gonna keep his head down and we're focused on turnover here. So he's gonna jog to the cone. He's gonna A-Run about 10 yards with that resistance. Here we go. And go. And stay tall, stay tall. Get over, get over, get over. Let me turn over, turn over, turn over. Arms, 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 arms. Very nice, very nice. So there you guys have it, the A-Run drill. We're bringing it back for you guys. We cleaned it up a little bit. I love this drill. You can do it with some resistance. You can do it with some assistance. You can do it with just body weight. What I love the most about it is that you can travel large distances and it's not as aggressive as all out sprinting. So if you're not doing it, you better get to it. Boost Man.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
I can't think of anything else to say other than this is the worst title defense ever.
Yeah, it is. No, you're right. You're not even exaggerating. You're not even overstating it. Like, it literally, for a team to win the Super Bowl and come back the following season, the Rams are currently having the worst season ever for a defending Super Bowl champ.
If you didn't catch Jamal Williams at the end, he did a interview. He shouted out to the IE, you guys. He said, I just want to say what's up. Can I say something real quick at the end of his interview? And she goes, yeah. He goes, I just want to say what's up to all my homies in the IE. I was like, oh, I got to tell Pep. Yeah, Jamal Williams. I love it, man.
He's the best. He is the pride of Summit High School. He's from Rialto, man. He is the best. He's having a great season this season for the Detroit Lions. Really good season for him. right, everybody. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show at-home edition. Took a couple extra minutes because I did want to find a couple pictures of my dogs. Listen, it's an at-home edition. It's casual. It's the night before Thanksgiving. We're just trying to have a little fun. And again, we'll be back in the Teen Vision TV 16 studio next week as we maybe we'll talk more football here. I don't know about you guys, but my dogs, when they're outside and they want to come in, it's like they're almost like knocking on the back door. So and they were like howling and just acting crazy. So if you guys heard it, I just wanted to maybe explain myself a little bit. This one is Denali. This is the white Siberian Husky. That's actually a picture from at night. We've got a backyard with a big slope. You can kind of see our barn in the background. But that is Denali. She is the one that likes to go in and out, and she's kind of nuts. And then here's Tucker. He likes to bark at everything, especially the coyotes. But he's a big scaredy cat. In fact, you can see a little bit. He's got a jacket on. He's got one of those, I think they call them thunder vests. So he's very afraid of storms. So the last storm we had that had rain and thunder and lightning, we had to put his vest on because he gets so, like really afraid, like shaking and pacing, and we really got to keep an eye on him. So if you hear any racket behind me as I'm doing the show, that's Tucker, that's Denali, and that's the reason why. But we are almost done. We're going to keep this short and sweet tonight because, again, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Most people are hanging out with family and friends anyways, but we didn't want to not do a show this week because, again, it is championship week, and for the San Jacinto Tigers. And for RCC, they are one of the 4 teams playing in the Southern California semifinals. Take a look, and it's going to be live on Riverside TV. Yes, Riverside TV. So check out the city of Riverside on YouTube. The Tigers taking on Ventura College this Saturday, 2 p.m. at San Bernardino Valley College. Remember, the Tigers did not play at Wheelock all season long. They played their home games at Ramona High School, but for this playoff game, the Southern California semis, it will be at SBVC, and it will be an afternoon game, which is pretty cool, at 2 p.m. And RCC, 10-0 during the regular season, the number 1 seed in Southern California, and Ventura comes in as the number 4 seed. They're 7-3 overall on the year. It's kind of a flip-flop from last year. Ventura was the number 1 seed last year, and RCC was the number 4 team, and obviously the Tigers made it all the way to the state final, so we'll see if that state championship march will begin on Saturday for RCC, if they can take that first step towards getting back to a state championship game and maybe winning the whole thing again. But it's Ventura and RCC this Saturday at 2 p.m. at SBVC, and that game will be live on Riverside TV. All right, let's see. Let me go back on camera just real quick. And then, as you guys have probably already noticed, I've got my Austin Garrell Classic gear on. I got the jackets. I've got the hat on. We've been live streaming that championship game from its inception. I think this is the 7th year. I think it's the 7th year that they've done this. They've had the championship game at CBU, but this year they moved it to San Manuel Stadium. I think there was some construction going on at Topman Stadium at California Baptist, so they moved it to San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. We did live stream the game. Unfortunately, because of my work schedule, I couldn't actually be there, but we did live stream it anyways on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. So if you watched it last night live, I think we had like 1,200 views. It did really well, and I'm very excited for the folks that are big supporters of the Austin Garrell tournament. But unfortunately, we got a bunch of copyright strikes on the YouTube channel here. So what we had to do was the video had to come down, and then I re-uploaded the game, and having taken a lot of the music, taking those audio levels down on the music, so we would not get the copyright strike. So if you watched the game live last night and you were looking for it again today, it will have a different URL link because we had to bring the original down and put a new one up so we wouldn't get those copyright strikes on the Inland Sports Show channel. So if you're looking for it, it is there on the channel right now. You can find it. But last night, championship game, San Manuel Stadium. It was Aquinas taking on Norco, and easily 2 of the best baseball programs in the IE and all of Southern California. Great players. I mean, I could go on and on about the Division I guys on both sides, but Grant Gray at Norco, Eric Batante, Seth Rayjack at Aquinas. I could go on and on. I'm not going to because there's just too many guys to list. But Norco versus Aquinas was the finals. And despite all that star power, there were no runs in the game. It finished in a 0-0 tie, and both head coaches agreed. No extra innings. It would just finish 0-0. But what a championship game featuring two of the top teams in the IE. And again, don't lose sight on what really matters, and that was honoring the memory of Austin Garrell, the former JW North High School baseball star who passed away. And what's really cool too is they always pass out scholarships to a lot of these high school baseball players, not just on Aquinas and Norco, but they pass out scholarships to any of the players that might be involved if their teams are involved in the tournament. I think, Riverside Poly and King and a bunch of different schools where guys were, I think Vista Murrieta, their guys were being awarded scholarships. So that was really, really cool. And I think the total dollar amount was they passed out $33,000 worth of scholarship money just last night to all those guys and the teams that participated in the Austin Garrell. So that was really, really cool. And again, two great teams meeting in the finals, but no runs, 0-0 the final score, although both teams had their opportunities. So if you want to go back, again, I wasn't there, so we didn't have like all the cool camera shots that we normally do, but it was live streamed. It was there. So if you want to go back and check it out, you can right here on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. All right, I think that's it. We did San Jac. I mean, we really blew it out on San Jac. RCC previewed that. We did the Austin Garrell tournament. We got the A-Run drill from our guy Boost Performance Training, Coach Ray Bass. I think that's it, guys. So we're going to wrap it up here on Thanksgiving Eve. We appreciate you watching tonight. And we'll be back in the studio come next week. Very thankful for all you guys who watch the Inland Sports Show week in and week out, those who have subscribed to the channel. And a big thanks who have shown thanks to us on all of our videos on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. There's a little thanks button, and a bunch of you guys have made contributions to the Inland Sports Show, and we really appreciate it. There are some built-in costs, some hidden costs with the show that we have to, pay to just kind of keep it going and keep it running. So all you guys who have supported us, a big thank you this Thanksgiving. We say thank you every single day, but very, very, very appreciative this time of the year as we go into the Thanksgiving holiday. So I hope you guys out there have a chance to maybe relax a little bit, spend time with family and friends. I know the San Jacinto Tigers and the RCC Tigers are probably practicing on Thanksgiving Day, but that's a good thing because there's not a lot of teams playing football this time of the year. All right, guys, that'll do it, and we will see you next week on another edition of the Inland Sports Show. Take care. God bless you.
We are back right here at the Boost Performance Center with Coach Ray Bass, a.k.a. the Boost Man, with another gridiron question. Good one this week, Coach. As we want to know, is there a secret to training athletes that other athletic trainers, they wouldn't say anything. They want to keep their lips sealed.
Absolutely. There's no methodology, no advanced drill, no trainer who can take you to the next level if you're not willing to put in the work. You can't wait for someone else to make it happen for you, because in reality, it's all on you. There's athletes that'll say, I need to train with this piece of equipment, or I need to train with these types of people. But again, in reality, it's all on you as the athlete. Now, don't get me wrong, Pep. Being a knowledgeable and skilled trainer is important, but it's less about what I do for my athletes and more about what they need to do for themselves.
All right, Coach, secrets revealed right here at Boost Performance Training. That is the Boost Man himself, Ray Bass, and you can send us a question for a future gridiron question right here at Boost by hitting the DMs all over Boost Training on social media.